Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from House Basketball Training, and today I'm going to give you some low 1-4 basketball plays that you can run with your basketball team. Now these low 1-4 basketball plays are going to be specifically for low post basketball players, the centers and the power forwards who can help you score in the low post. Let's get down to the clipboard and let's check these out. Okay, so this first play we're going to run against a man-to-man defense. We're going to be changing it up. Some plays are going to be ran against zone defenses and things like that. So first, what we're going to be having in this play is we will have player 4. He's going to set a screen out for player 2, and player 2 blue is going to be cutting across the key, and he could be open in that mid key. Now, from there, once he gets there, that could be an easy basket, but that's not what we're looking to focus on. Next, what we're looking to focus on is player 2 clearing out towards that right side, and we're going to be having player 5 screen across for player 4. Player 4 is then going to cut across the key, and if they switch off, then he needs to clear out because player 5 is going to be able to roll towards the basket and he can be open for that layup. Now, if they don't switch off, and player 4 could be wide open in the middle of the key himself for a nice, easy layup. Now that last play is really great if you're running a very young team who is very tall. This is a great option for really any level, however. Now in this next play, we're going to be running against a 2-3 zone defense, so let's check that out. So against the 2-3 zone defense, what we have usually speaking up top is a double team. If you don't already know, the zones on a zone defense like the 2-3 is like this, and any of these overlapping areas are a double team. That's why usually there's a trap up top. They want to force you towards the sidelines. They do not want you to go down the middle. Now from there, what we're going to be looking to get is player 4. He is going to be screening up for player 2. Player 1 is going to use that screen and he's going to be cutting and driving towards the net. That's going to be now forcing player 5 to be able to guard player 1. Now, if player 4 starts coming down, we want player 5 to start posting him up so that he stays in between this man and that rim. From there, player 1 is going to continue to drive. Now, if player 5 doesn't go and guard him, he can just go in for that straight layup. If player 3 comes down, then he could try and force that layup or he could pass out to player 3. However, most of the time we're going to have player 3 and 5 collapse, and then what we're going to have is the option for player 5 to get that layup or an option for player 3 to get the 3-point shot. Now, I showed you this play on that right side. However, you can also run this play on the left side as well. It would just be basically a mirror copy on the other side. This next play I'm going to show you is going to be against a 2-1-2 zone defense, which is generally a really good defense to keep players out of the key. So let's get down to the clipboard and let's check this out. So in the 2-1-2, there's a few different ways of running it. Personally, I run it, and a lot of coaches I know run it with a 5 in the middle of the key, in the middle of the zone. However, a lot of teams will actually run a point guard. South Korea actually runs a point guard in the middle because their point guard is like 6'6" or 6'7", but he's quite big and he's able to guard pretty much any position on the court. So it really comes down to what your team is comfortable and have the ability to guard. However, against this zone, this middle player, he is guarding this whole section, which means that he's going to be popping out and turning that 2-1-2 into a temporary 3-2 zone. So now we can take advantage of this by having player 3, he is going to be going and setting a screen, not on player 2, but on player 5 himself. Now, on player 1 is going to then use that screen, and we're going to have player 3 roll off that screen, and we're going to have player 3 getting that ball. Now, he could go straight in for that layup. However, that's going to be collapsing one or both of these lower players, which now he can then pass to either player 4 or 5. The reason why he might not be able to pass to player 2 is because player 1 might slip down to defend what's happening down here on this side. Now, if that's the case, what we're going to be having is player 3 popping up as a secondary or even a third option. So player 5 and 4 are our first options. Player 2 would be kind of our backup option. We may even have player 5 slipping down to have a triple team, in which case we would have 2 players open, in this case 4 and 2. Now that last play is more of an advanced play, but then again, if you were running against a 2-1-2 zone, you're probably playing at the high school level anyways. So I hope that that play helps your team win more games, obviously, if you're running the 1-4 basketball offense. Now, I'm going to show you one more play against a man-to-man defense. Let's get down to the clipboard and let's check this out. Okay, so first in this play, what we're going to be having is player 3. He is going to be setting a screen for player 1, and player 1 is going to use that screen. Now, what we're going to have at the same time is player 4 setting a screen on player 5, and player 5 is going to be coming across. Once that happens, player 5 could be open for that mid-range or high-low post area floater or jump shot, or if player 4 never switched off to defend and player 5 never was able to fight through, then we could have player 5 go in for that layup. Now our backup option is player 1 taking that 3-point shot, but we also have another backup option of player 1 passing over to player 3. Now this is getting into the more advanced part of this play. So that first part is very simple. You can run it with elementary school teams. However, this next play, or at least this continuation of this play, is going to be more for the high school level. So let's say player 5 was able to fight through the screen, and we have player 3 who now has that ball. What we want to have is player 4 popping up and setting a screen, and player 2 setting a staggered screen for player 3. Player 3 is going to use that screen, and at this time, he could take that shot, or we're going to have player 5 clear out, and we're going to have player 4 blue. He is going to be rolling off. We'll probably have player 2 hedging, and player 4 rolling off, where he could be that next option for the layup. Now, I hope that these plays help your team win more games. If they do, let us know in the comment section below. And if you have any suggestions for videos, again, comment below. I would love to hear from you. Anyways, I will see you guys again later on today for the second video of the day.